What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy here, ACG Afro Car Guy. If it's your first time swinging by, go ahead and stop, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon so you can stay notified on these videos when you drop. Let's jump straight in this week's video. This week's video is going to be a little bit of a different approach than our normal car reviews. In fact, it's not even really a car review, more of a car comparison. Heck, it's not even a car comparison. We're really comparing two iterations of the infamous Coyote motor. In one corner, we have a twin turbo setup. In another corner, we have a single turbo setup. Both kits are capable of pushing well over 600 wheel horsepower, but both kits have a very different margin as far as pricing. Where one kit can run you as far as $11,000, another kit can run you anywhere between $4,000 to $5,000. But is more expensive more better? I think we need to find out and put these two cars to the test. So let's get straight into it. So this is Nick. Nick is the owner of S197 we're currently driving, which is boosted by an on3Performance single turbo kit. We quickly begin to realize what's the limitations of the S197 platform, which is most leadingly the solid rear axle that come on these Gen Mustangs, where in the newer models it's an independent rear suspension, giving the rear tires more flexibility when it comes to cornering and things like that. So as far as straight line performance, I have no doubt that Nick's car is capable of doing what it needs to do. But when it comes to corners, it does become a little more of a hesitant, sketchy situation. But we're also looking at a budget situation here, so for the money, I can't really complain too much on that accord.
Keep you safe, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's been just tuned down. It's not too much. Not too little.
I feel that. Okay.
Nice. Now let's switch on over to my buddy's S550.
Okay, guys, so now we are in the S550, and we're going to see if we can feel any differences between the two platforms as far as how they handle power. And keep in mind, this is toned down to 850, but it's still a lot.
I'm just putting 8 in the tires right now.
Gotcha. It literally feels like a warp drive. Like, you can really feel everything just concave into a singularity. Like, what? Wow.
Okay, so hear me out. I get it. It's quite obvious that a lot more money does mean a lot more better, but in some instances, that's not always the case, or it's not always a solid yes answer. So let's get into why that is a iffy gray line area for this subject. So for one, even though we are using almost 850 wheel horsepower, under what natural, normal circumstances will you ever need that much power in a daily vehicle? It's almost impossible for you to utilize that much power. Usually the golden thumb rule is, as far as power goes and usability, before you start getting into trouble, is about 500. So we're already pushing the limit with Nick's car that is pushing almost 600 to the wheel. So when you're talking about 800, it almost makes it seem like the $11,000 price tag is a little bit skewed in the aspect of, is that really necessary? Is $5,000 really necessary? But in the aspect of being built to the top tier, you can't take away any credit from Phil's platform, because his S550 is built literally on the low end to handle 850 wheel horsepower, which means nothing on the road is going to touch him. So for that 11,000 price tag, you know you're getting a bang for your buck. I mean, there's no other way around it.
Yup, she's got the juice.
So now the question arises, what is the result of this video, and I have to say, more expensive does not always mean more better. And in this instance, I mean, I don't have $11,000 to spend, and 9 times out of 10, the average person doesn't either, not on a car. So again, not disgrading anything Phil has done to his S550. It's truly amazing that he was able to make that a reality. But if I were to pick out of the two, I would have to go with Nick's budget build. 1, because it's more accessible. 2, it's more usable. And 3, in all of that, I'll have more fun with it without, in my case, wrapping myself around the tree, since I'm not totally used to rear-wheel drive yet. Now, everyone's perception on this may be different. Some people may be willing to spend that $11,000 for the full-on 1,100 horsepower that kit is capable of. But for the average Joe on the street, I think 650 to 700 is more than enough to handle with a single turbo on3 kit, pulling around $5,000. So that's my take on it, and I'll catch y'all next week's video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and hold that dream.